That's right. I've become a stock analyst. At least that's what I am presenting myself to you from this point on. I started this YouTube gig back in November of 2019. And as I look back at those videos, I was an entertainer. I was someone who digested information that I was able to pick up from various sources and then regurgitated it to you in as best entertainment as I could. Well, as this past year has transposed, I have recognized that artificial intelligence is going to present the best opportunity for investments if you know which stocks to buy, and if you know that the main reason why anybody buys a stock is not because of their profits and not because of their earnings, or their revenues. No, it's because of their earnings per share. Because companies can manipulate their earnings by just going out and buying their largest competition and diluting their shares, and your position doesn't get any better whatsoever. I mean, the executives get bigger salaries and they get more employees and whatever, but you as a stockholder don't benefit. So what has to happen is you have to chase those stocks that are giving you increased earnings per share. So that's what I have learned the best analysts do. And so what I did was go and search and find who is the best Wall Street stock analyst in the world, and how does he work, and how can I model myself after him? Well, his name is Mark Lipacis, Lipacis. He works for Jefferies. He is ranked number one amongst all Wall Street analysts, number one out of 8,649 Wall Street analysts. He's ranked number three, he's ranked number 23 out of 35,199 investment experts. Okay, so he's got good credentials. Now, what you also see here on his rankings chart is he has a 72% success rate. What does that mean? That means of the 47 stocks that he has basically followed and recommended over the last year, 72% of them had a positive return. At the same time, that return was 29.8% average amongst the 47 stocks. So that's who I'm modeling myself after. And that's who I'm presenting myself to you as a analysts that you can learn from and you can benefit from over this coming year. So what I decided to do was go back and get my history from the past year when I started recommending stocks in my Bus 12 and Bus 13 portfolio, how they have done, and then you can be the judge of how I'm doing, and is this something you want to follow? I'm going to take you to my computer. I'm going to show you what I've done over the last year, and you be the judge.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Okay, this is my past history in the last year on the stocks that I'm recommending in the Bus 12 and Bus 13 portfolio for your examination. And I'll present them basically as the analysts are rated. The first thing you'll see is that my average rate of return is 23% and my success ratio is 88%. So that gives me a representation against Mark, who basically was a 28% average return and a 73% success ratio. So here's what I did. Basically, I went back through all my orders over the last year and put down the date at which I started buying, or that I made my first purchase of the year of the stock, such as in Apple. On March 16th of 2023, I purchased Apple at $154.60. It's now at $182.49. That gave me an 18% return. And now I have established a target price based on my analysis of 250% for the end of 2024, which would give me a 68% return. Well, that looks pretty good. I did well also, you can see, on Intel. I bought it in June of 2023 at 35. It's currently at 46. so I have a 90% return on that. So but I didn't do that well on everything, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here you can see Extreme Technologies. I first bought it on June 13th of 2023 at $24 a share, and it's currently at $17.38. So I have a loss on that of 29%, which then if in fact I carried that price forward to the end of the year, where I think it's going to sell for $23 a share, I would have a negative 6% return. Now, in reality, I sold some of these stocks, and in fact, as you can see, my current positions are not very many, and that is because I have stop loss orders. And I anticipated that on January the 1st, the stock market was going to correct as Wall Street basically allowed the market to come to its comfort zone after they collected the 20% gain that they had on their clients on their 2% management fee, 20% share of profits. So the market corrected, and I got stopped out, such as NVIDIA being one of them, where I was up 116%. Well, I don't own any NVIDIA right now because I had a 5% stop loss on it, and so I got sold out. That happened to me on a number of stocks. So as you can see, NVIDIA is one that it happened to. Another stock that I've done quite well with, Vertiv Holdings. Again, I bought it back at $24 a share. It's gotten up to $45, but I got stopped out on it, and so I don't have any. But what I want to do is, now that you've seen this and I shared this with you, I want you to keep up with it. I'm going to put this as a part of my cheat sheet portfolio on my website, and you can then, and I'll show you my cheat sheet here. And what I've done on the cheat sheet is basically you've got the same stocks, you've got where my position is on them, what my target price is to buy, such as I mentioned to you that I had NVIDIA. I expect to buy NVIDIA after the market runs through its reset at somewhere around $450 a share, and I have a current order in for 40 shares at $450. Now I want 80 shares, but I will go and let these fill before I make my next purchase. I have a similar order in on Microsoft because again I was stopped out at 341, 20 shares. It's currently selling at 370, and this is telling me I'm within 7.93% of my buy price. And as you can see, I do that on every stock. Now, some of them that I want to buy, such as I want to buy Intel back. Again, I was stopped out. I want to buy 50 shares at $37.50, which is close to where my technical analysis tells me the buy orders are in from Wall Street at $37.36. I'm going to buy 50 shares at $37.50. So that's how I do this. Now, the other thing I'm very proud of that I've come up with is what I call some skyrocket stocks. And I saw this in Mark and Quinn's portfolios that I have paid to have access to, that they have identified some stocks, and I've learned a lot about them, such as one of them I'm very high on is Skywater Technology. It's an $8.55 stock that I think I'll be able to buy for $5.28. This is actually a semiconductor manufacturer. Yes, that's what I'm saying. A foundry here in the United States that is dealing basically with our military and building semiconductors for them. So I have done some research on that, and I will place an order as it gets closer to my $3.27 target price. So that's my endeavor into comparing myself to the best stock analysts and measuring myself and holding myself accountable. I want to make this information available to you on my website, Best of Us Investors, and you'll find this under services. And if you'll basically share in the cost of my research, and that's what I'm doing. I'm paying to have access to all this information, and your share of the price is $60 a month, and I think that's fair. And if you do as well, Sign up, become a part of our tribe, show up at our stock talks on Friday and ask questions, come to our Discord and ask questions and get answers. In fact, I have installed a bot on my website, Best of Us Investors, that you can ask me any financial question and I'll give you an answer. And if I've answered that question in a video, I'll share the snippet, because I've gone through and searched all my data so that I can share my data in the form of snippets from my videos with you for any financial question you have. That's Best of Us Investors. Come join us. Come get on the bus. Come join the tribe, and I'll be your financial analyst if you so choose.